disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. More disgusting from the Republican Party is this Jim Jordan interview on CNN with Lesley Stahl this last week. What did I say? CNN. 60 Minutes. One, the media needs to do a better job of vetting who they talk to and how they do it. Because let's remember, this is the same Lesley Stahl. There's only one Lesley Stahl, but this is the same Lesley Stahl that just months ago interviewed Marjorie Taylor Greene and allowed her to spew vile conspiracy theories about all Democrats being pedophiles and shit like that. But she sat down with Jim Jordan, and it was pretty weird, right?
Yeah, they're giving this, she's talking about this divide where there's a debate where people want social media to do something about the misinformation that is spreading online. They want there to be warnings about misinformation. They want the misinformation to be removed. They think it should be removed. And then you have conservatives, Republicans who say, actually, it should stay up.
I was gonna say, let everybody just guess where Jim Jordan comes down. Is he on the side of misinformation, or is he wanting it to be combated? No, but go ahead.
And he says that it's a First Amendment issue.
The Conservatives' campaign faced a setback at the Supreme Court on Monday when a majority of the justices seemed poised to reject their effort to limit attempts by the government to influence social media. The court is deciding in separate cases whether the platforms are like news organizations with a First Amendment right to control who and what information appears on their sites. Congressman Jordan argues that the tech companies shouldn't remove most of what they call misinformation.
I think you let the American people respect the American people, their common sense, to figure out what's accurate, what isn't.
Well, what about this idea that the 2020 election was stolen? You think that these companies should allow people to say that, and individuals can make up their own mind, and that there should be...
I think the American people are smart. Look, I've not said that. What I've said is there were concerns about the 2020 election. I think Americans agree with that.
No, they don't.
You don't think there were concerns with the 2020 election?
Most people don't question the result. That's all I'm saying. They don't question whether Biden won or not. Right?
Yikes.
Right. Most people don't question the outcome.
Right.
X basically did what Jordan proposes. After Elon Musk took over in 2022, most of its fact-checkers were fired. Now the site is rife with trash talk and lies. Little would you know that this, said to be footage from Gaza, is really from a video game. Eventually, X users added a warning label. In this post, pictures of real babies killed in Israeli strikes are falsely dismissed as dolls.
The toothpaste is out of the tube, and we have to figure out how to deal with the resulting mess.
And that, I think, says a lot, because if you have been on Twitter lately, it's an absolute nightmare. It's a cesspool. A lot of people have said it's not even usable at this point because Elon Musk created a system where rather than being a notable figure, and that was the primary criteria to get a blue check, anyone can buy a blue check, and a lot of them are Elon fanboys. And
along with a blue check comes priority in feeds where their nonsense, their lies, their fanboy bullshit goes right to the top of the replies on tweets.
Yeah, I was just going to say that when you go to a reply, that it is filled with, because blue checks go to the top, and then it's hateful comment, rather than useful comment. And Jim Jordan says we should trust the American people. We should trust the American people to figure out what's true and what's not. Says the seasoned liar who goes on Fox News that airs lies all day long and just lies. Of course he doesn't want these companies to issue fact checks to remove content, because then that makes his ability to lie to the American people more difficult, and it, sends him over to Fox News, and that's the only way that he can get his information to the American people.
The other thing is the vicious cycle of, a lot of people had questions about the 2020 election. They did, huh? I wonder why. Who created them having concerns about the integrity of the 2020 election, Jim? Was it Donald Trump and him leading up to the election, talking about how if I lose, it's going to be rigged? And then once he did lose, oh, it was rigged? I wonder why they think that. And it's because there weren't enough guardrails in place to the misinformation and the lies and the propaganda and the attempts to end democracy in America. I mean, this is one of the cases where we are going to play this clip. 60 Minutes is notorious for demonetizing, so we're going to get around it on YouTube by just playing, as you just watched, just still images over the audio. Otherwise, there is no pushback on this. If they don't do a good enough job, we wouldn't be able to critique because of the fact that they're so notorious for how they treat copyright nonsense. So.
Yeah, and this is also, we've been talking about how Meta is rolling out limiting political content and how that's going to impact political creators. And Instagram this week actually implemented the limiting of political content, and they set it as the default. So everyone's account defaults to limiting political content unless you go into your own settings on Instagram and say that you do not want political content to be limited. So
I didn't know that. I'll have to go in there and do it for my own.
Yeah, be aware of that, and we'll post in the stories on I Doubt It Instagram how to go in and actually change that setting. If they even let you see that. I don't know.
So the other thing that's happening right now, actually, we want to hear from you on that story, 657-464-7609. And of course, you can email a voice memo from your smartphone or a regular email to idoubt@dollemore.com. What is next?